I think we can start then. Hi everyone, and welcome to our bi-weekly meeting. I haven't been around for a while, so it's really nice to see the faces that I can see and the people that are listening to us. Hi everyone, and Ruben was supposed to be in the call, but he couldn't join us, so I'm gonna show a short video in a while. It's gonna present the Matrix Riot chat. He already did the presentation, like he recorded the presentation for the reps meeting, so maybe some of you have already seen it, but it's really important for us moving from IRC and to Matrix, so we're gonna have a look at it. So if any one of you has any question after seeing that presentation, you can basically send the question to Ruben or me, and I can send it to him without problems. I think we can start a little bit weirder since Roland has to leave in a bit, and he can have, if he has any product updates, we can start from him, and then so he's free to leave after. Roland, if you want to.
Hi, everybody. There is last Tuesday, last Wednesday, we did not have a meeting, but last Tuesday, February the 18th, we launched Firefox Private Network Full Device Protection for Android. And there was a contributor forum post from Kiki, which I will link to. Firefox 7301 desktop looks okay. We had a brief 24-hour Bitdefender crash. Bitdefender was crashing Firefox. That was fixed by the Bitdefender folks. I believe that was the 20th, the 21st of February, so a week ago for 24 hours. We had about 15 reports. Other than that, it's been quiet. There's no other issues in Firefox 7301, which is our latest release. If anyone has any issues, please put on the contributor forum thread. Other than that, I am done. And as I said, I'll be here till 9:15.
Okay, if anyone has any question for Roland, or if anyone has any comment about issues, as he said, I did in the thread. And I think we can keep going because the schedule is pretty tight tonight. We have a lot of things to talk about. First and foremost, thank you everyone to participate. Oh, wait, there is a question from Luna. Some people had YouTube issues. I'm not sure if they've been resolved, however, but guess it was Google's fault. Also, new Firefox 74 beta 8 later tonight. So maybe it's gonna fix that.
Yeah, as Luna knows, and just to make it clear, Facebook, YouTube, and all those, Google, they beta test stuff all the time. So sometimes they'll break Firefox, unfortunately, for video playout in particular. And only a limited number of people, and we catch it. And then by the time our our awesome users file a question, it's fixed, and not by anything that Mozilla's done. So I think this is one of those. We get those, at least we've had a few of those we get a few of those every release of Firefox Desktop. Actually, any release. So just a point of clarification there.
Thank you, Roland, about that. Yeah, we saw it a lot recently and also before. Yeah, and I just want to thank you everyone who was involved in the sprint and everyone who's helped and everyone who didn't help because they didn't have time. We're really happy always to have you on board the sprints. This was a really weird sprint. We were not able to be involved so much as there was this Toronto session. As you already know, you read it in the blog, you read it in the forum. But we really thank you because you were there for our users and other contributors that were newly onboarded. For us, it's I'm expressing a big thank you from me and Kiki because of that, because you were there. The thing that really is important to talk about today, as I told you before, is the Matrix chat. I'm gonna play Ruben's video about it right now, and I'm gonna ask you to for the question to deliver them in the forum or to deliver them for me or Ruben, because as I said, the schedule is tight, so unfortunately we have to work like that today. let me see if I can share my screen. Let me know if you have any problem by hearing it.
I don't hear any sound, but other than that.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can share with sound. Stop video. Can you hear it now? Can you hear it now?
No, I don't hear anything.
Let me see if I can do something. Dylan? Oh, wait, share.
Mozilla, but more importantly, I would like to talk to all of you about synchronous communications at Mozilla. And first of all, I would like to start by just giving a brief background on why we are talking about a new system, and specifically talking about the problems we were trying to solve by looking at the new system. So as you know, at Mozilla, we have historically have many different communication platforms and systems, from IRC to Telegram to Slack and everything else. And most of the times we had to trade platform openness for modern interface, and also trade the openness of the platform against the safety of the people like using the tools. And by this research that happened last year and this open process into finding a better tool for Mozilla, we end up having the decision to go ahead with Matrix, which is an open and federated platform, which is also a modern interface for communications. So we don't have to make those trade-offs anymore. And I think this is really important about why we are looking into a new system right now. And especially when we talk about not only community safety, but we are also talking about accessibility. We at Mozilla, we wanted to have our communications being public, modern, and web friendly. Okay, so why everyone is so excited about Matrix? I would like to talk about the specific things that Matrix has to offer to you as contributors, to your communities, and to Mozilla in general. The first is obviously visibility. So when we are talking about Matrix, we are talking about we have a Mozilla instance of Matrix. We talked about Matrix being a federated system where anyone can create their own server. And Mozilla decided to create our own server where we own the data, where we have our brand, so you can access through a Mozilla.org URL. We can use our authentication systems that we are using on other portals like Mozilla, Raps, Discourse, SUMO, add-ons. So basically we are using the same SSO. You don't have to create new accounts. And also the easy of access of this link from other Mozilla systems, but also the potential integration with other tools like the community portal, the people directory, and others is something that is super important in terms of visibility. We also need to talk about, I don't know if the slide is moving, discoverability. So basically having a central place to discover other Mozillians and other projects and also be discovered is really powerful. Right now, in other platforms that communities were using, it was really difficult. You always had to ask, is there a room about X? Is there a room about my community? Is there a room about my language? How can I discover this? And you had to also do your own research and investigation in order to see and discover where to go. And by having a place to have all Mozilla related rooms, it is easier to find a room that fits your purpose, and also it's going to be easier for your room to be discovered by new and old people searching for your project or your community or your language. Also, it's important that we feel at home with this tool, and it's that there is already a lot of known communities, both volunteers and employees, who are already collaborating in this system. So we see that there is already rooms for Mozilla reps, for FOSDEM, for your Common Voice, alternate communities, but also there is a lot of rooms from developer-focused teams at Mozilla with employees collaborating directly in the open. Like, for example, the Phoenix Firefox preview room. I think this is really, really important to have already a lot of people like using the tool and collaborating into the system. Safety is another thing that is super important for Mozilla and super important for most Mozillians. So basically, having a system that allows you to have private messages encrypt end-to-end by default, where even if you are using a Mozilla server, nobody can read your message except from the person you are talking to. This is not the case by default in most other platforms, and we believe this is important for people to have this capability. Also, another thing that is important is that as we talk, the experience in other tools are out of the control of Mozilla. And we know we have our guidelines and our community participation guidelines that we want everyone to feel safe, right? So if you want to feel safe, you need to have the tools and the capabilities to enforce Mozilla CPT. And with this tool and with system in Matrix, we have the capabilities and the tooling to act against bad actors or people who are violating our CPT, which again was not the case in other systems and platforms where Mozilla has no control to administrate rooms or to run users on all the platform, etc. And at least for me, this is especially important for new people coming to Mozilla, that they know that if they collaborate using this tool, they will be saved, and Mozilla will be accountable for keeping them saved. It is also important to know that everything around Matrix, from the server to the clients to the integrations, is really mission aligned with what we do here at Mozilla. The protocol is decentralized, as I already mentioned. Everyone can create their own servers and federate them, as we have our server federated with the rest of the Matrix network, so people from other services can discover and join our rooms and the other way around. But it's also important that all the code is open source, not just the clients, but also the server, which is not the case in most of the other messaging systems, where it might be the case that some clients are open source, but the server code is closed and you have no control into that. And we have seen already this is a great benefit from Mozillians testing the tool and also contributing to improvements into the code. And related with that, like both everything around Matrix is also really tech friendly. It's really extensive and really integrable through a different set of clients for all the platforms, all the flavors, all the needs, as well as bridges with other systems and bots that we are used to having other platforms. Being open source, both the code and the client, is really easy for people to create this and share with others and implement and launch this kind of bridges, integrations, and clients. and again, like is the place where a lot of people is already collaborating. So if you haven't had the chance to test it yet, I would encourage to join it today and meet thousands of Mozillians who are already here. You have two ways to do this. The easiest one is you go to chat.mozilla.org and you just log in with your Mozilla existing account and you are done. You just have to pick a nickname. But if you want to have a deeper understanding about everything around Matrix, you have a page on Mozilla's wiki where you can learn more. You can install the mobile clients and log in with your Mozilla's SSO, etc. So again, I really encourage everyone to test it today because like you are missing out the next thing for synchronous communications at Mozilla. Thank you.
Okay, can you confirm that you can hear me again properly? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So yeah, that was what Ruben had to say on Matrix. I know that a lot of you are already there. I know that a lot of you have already posed questions and also participated on the choice and on the testing of Matrix in the beginning. So I know it's not a new thing. I know it's something like it's not something coming like down from nowhere, but it's something like we've been working for a while already. And I think it's super important. Also, have you seen like the choice of this channel was really thoughtful. It's open source, it's open to everyone, and it's really easy to install. So if you have any question about this, or if you have any question on the next step that are going to happen on Matrix, what is gonna happen? We're gonna have moderators, and we're gonna like try to involve you as well on moderating those chats if you wanna get involved, obviously, if you wanna give some time on that. Obviously, since it's open to everyone, there's the need of moderations. So yeah. But you're gonna hear from us really soon. And if you have any question, reach out on the forum, reach out on Discord. Ruben is there, Lucy is there, Constantina is there. So everyone can really answer to you about that. Going forward, I would like to give you a little bit of an update on what was the last week in Toronto. I wasn't there, but Patrick and Kiki were there, and they worked really closely with our partner, Context Partner. If you read the blog post and if you read the messages that me and Kiki have been like sharing around a lot and posting around a lot, you already know who are Context Partner. They helped us developing something that is gonna stay with us for at least the next 2 years. We wanted to build a community plan that was not only gonna come from us, but it was gonna come from the community itself. So what we did was go into this week with all the things that all the feedback that we had from the all-hands session on the workshop that we had with some of you, and all the things that we had and the comments that we had under the posts that we left on this course and on the forum. I created a few slides for you to understand a little bit better what we did and how we did it. I'm gonna share it with you. I already put it on the wiki, so I saw that some of you are already on there, and that's really good. Thank you for helping on that. Okay, I think I'm sharing right now. I hope you can still hear me. You can still hear me? Okay, perfect. That's really good. Okay, so what I'm gonna like basically present to you is what we did there and from where we started to do what we wanted to do in Toronto. Wait a second. Okay, I'm here. Okay, what we want to accomplish in Toronto? We went there with like clear ideas on what we wanted to get back home with. We wanted to develop a plan to deliver measurable improvements for the SUMO community. So for everyone that is in the community to have like something to look forward to in the next 2 years. We wanted to align the value improvements and come back with a timeline and with a clear understanding of which resources we needed, who we needed to give feedback, who we needed to get feedback from. So yeah, that was really important for us. We wanted to explore tactical solutions to priority areas, priorities that we already explained on the blog post. I hope you read it. If not, go back and read it, please. And then we wanted to outline a plan for engaging every one of you to participate with us. We don't want to engage only core contributors or people that are always with us. We want to engage everyone on this plan because this is a long-term plan, and that's why we want everyone on that. Some of you have already seen this. This is something that we developed a lot before going to Toronto. This is something that we kind of understood from the behavior new contributors of core contributors. This is a journey. That's basically contributors that arrive to Mozilla, arrive to SUMO, and want to contribute to SUMO. Why they want to do it? Which are the steps that get them on wanting to contribute into SUMO, and which are the bad things that make them feel like they're not doing much, or they're doing too much, or they're a little bit lost, who they have to ask to. So that's what we kind of wanted to focus on developing this user journey, and that's what we did. We kind of like trying to understand also which were the success points, like what were we looking at to see if that journey was going well, and which were the opportunities. So which were the things that we could work on to make that journey better and to make the journey, like to improve that journey. After this journey, what we came back with was a list of things that we're going to work in the next 1 year and a half. As you can see, these are divided in 5 priorities. There are 4 slides, basically only because the first 2 priorities are grouped together because we're basically talking about the same things. What we're gonna focus on first is an onboarding program and an onboarding technical. What does it mean technical? It means that we're going to work on something visual, so a funnel and an ad hoc design for the onboarding page. We're gonna also focus on understanding how new contributors get on SUMO and what they wanna see when they get on SUMO. And we asked that question also, and we received a lot of feedback from you. So the only thing we have to do basically is to collect all of the feedback you gave us and put it together with our ideas. And you know you're gonna be updated on this. We're gonna give you back all the steps on this really soon. Then we are gonna focus on individual growth pathways. While we were talking about priorities and the things that are important for our contributors, some keywords came out from the conversation, not only at HoloLens, but in different posts around the forum, around discourse. We know that it's important to grow as contributors because it's important, is a step towards being recognized as someone in SUMO, as someone in Mozilla. So we want to improve this contribution experience and we want to tailor this experience and give back something obviously that is interesting for the contributor, that is tailored to their specific interests and their specific skills. So that's what we want to focus on. Then we're gonna focus on campaigns. We know that like everyone loves sprints. We know that lately sprints haven't been so great. We heard your feedback. We know that. We know that now that we have a 4-week cycle, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be a lot of things going on at the same time. That's why we want to focus on revolve our campaign structure, redesign it, and connect it also to our reward structure. We want to say, okay, you have participated to 10 sprints. What can we do for you? You're like an expert on this. You can do a lot of this. So that's something we want to think a lot about because it's really important for us, and not only for us, also for you. And then obviously, we want to have an idea of what is going on in the community more, but we want also you to have an idea of what is going on your path. Like, where do you want to arrive? Where do you want to end your pathway? Where do you want to continue? Maybe you want to change. Maybe you started with localizing, but then you want to write articles. So how are you gonna understand that? You're gonna have like a dashboard to look at for your individual path, to know where you're going, which are the contributions you made in the past, which are the contributions you want to focus on in the future. So we want to have these two mirrored situations in which on one side, we're gonna know what's happening in the community. On the other side, you're gonna know what's happening for you, for your contribution, and what's happening as well. The next steps are the one I basically already told you. So we're gonna begin working on the onboarding process first, but it's really important, the second point of these slides, we're gonna have like feedback sessions, a lot of feedback sessions. Maybe this is gonna become a recurring thing on the calls, and not only, it's gonna become also something we're gonna be posting a lot on the forum and on Discord. We're gonna ask you a lot of feedback on what we're gonna do in the next months. We're gonna go fast because we have a tight schedule and because we want to improve things fast. So please bear with us, and please, if you see that there is a post from me or Kiki or Patrick and we're gonna ask you some questions, please reply, because it's really important for us. And we think it's really important also for you, because this is something that we work all together, and already a lot of you have given us a lot of time and feedback on that. So we want to make sure we're gonna continue to grow together on this. And then what we want to do is first arrive to all ends in June with looking back at these 6 months and being like, okay, we accomplished lots. We worked all together to do something better and to improve the contribution experience a lot. So that's what happened in Toronto. If you have any question about this, or if you want to look back to the slides or like anything about that, you can always obviously write either to me, either to Kiki, either to both of us, if you want. I'm really happy to answer any of your questions. Unfortunately, today there was a lot of content and we don't have time to go through questions, but to be honest, I'm kind of happy because I want everyone to go through these slides again, to read them thoroughly, and to come back to me with something that they want to add on this. What is missing in these slides is a timeline. We have a timeline, but at the moment is too specific, and I want to give you more an idea in the post we're gonna write in the forum next week. So you're gonna see like a post next week with a little bit of this information. We're gonna inform also people that are not usually like attending the call, obviously, because we want to inform everyone. So yeah, I'm gonna ask you to give any feedback you have on the post we're gonna share in the forum next week. And on this note, I think obviously, as you know, yesterday we closed the second week of the Firefox 73. I still have to send the thank you notes, so sorry, but sickness, PTO, we are a little bit like going around the world, so bear me on that. I'm gonna send you tomorrow. I'm thinking about a kind of like special message for everyone. The last things I have to remember you is to please read Madalena's post. She wrote a blog post on the platform team timeline update. So you're gonna know what Madalena and Tassos are working on Kitsune. So it's gonna be public from now on. She's gonna share it every month on the blog. So please follow through, and she really waits for your feedback on that. So she would be really happy to read your feedback on that. And she wrote also another post on the account transition. As you know, we're gonna close a lot of the accounts and we're gonna transition for the new accounts. So it's gonna become like a whole system. If you still have problems with your accounts, if you feel you haven't transitioned well within 2 accounts, or if you have an old account you want to keep, please reach out and comment in that thread. Because we can do something now, but we are not gonna be able to do anything after the deadline. The deadline is gonna be the 22nd of March. So please reach out before that date because we're gonna be able to do something. After that date, we're not gonna be able to help you on that. So yeah, and we have like a fun joke. In the fun zone, we have a joke. Brace yourself, mega bar complaints are coming. I really, really want to tell everyone to go and see the cool gift that has been shared. And yeah, on this note, I think I'm kind of done. We are a little bit over time. Sorry for a lot of words on my side and not so many words from you. But this time was really full of things to talk about, and I hope to read about your feedback. And please make sure to reach out to me via chat, whatever, PM, Slack, Matrix, whatever. I'm on everything. I'm back from sickness. Now I can reply to everyone. So see you next week, and not next week, sorry, in 2 weeks. And yeah, have a good morning, night, or whatever you're at now. Okay, bye-bye.